Hey, welcome back to another episode of here's the 15 things I have to do before I can do the thing that I really want to do, because that's just the way it is in this place. I need to make a rosette for a 12-string acoustic guitar, but in order to do that I need to create a holder or a station, a routing station for my my Moto tool, my Dremel. But in order to do that, I have to take the Dremel off of my homemade router chair table. And since it's already set up on the router chair table, I might as well go ahead and make the other side of this notched straight edge. This side is set up for a Gibson 24 3/4 inch length scale. I want to put Fender on the other side, and look, lo and behold, a Fender. This is a Fender Squire Strat, made in China. Another buddy of mine traded it for a couple things. Needs a setup, needs, I don't know, it's got some weird wacky pickup thing going on here. You could drive a truck between the strings, but anyways. But since I now have a guitar that is the proper scale length, because you can see from the nut to there is 25 and almost 3/4. You got to give or take for intonation and other such stuff like that. Almost 26 inches. So now that I've got one of these, I can now make the other size instrument that I need. So what I do is I put this where the nut is, and then I start marking stuff. Somebody keeps eating my preferred Sharpies. I think I know who they are. They're little girls in my house. But anyways, so I'm going to mark all of these fret locations off, and then we're going to drill them out or route them out. You know what? Let's do this the right way. There we go. Now this is not going to move. Alright, now that these are marked, now we can route them out. Okay, I got my fancy chair router set up, because that's what it is. It's just an old chair that I'm using, because that's the way we do stuff here. You can see I have the black marks along the top of this. This is just a drafting T-square. The edge is nice and straight on it, and it suits my purposes perfectly. So now I'm just going to route a hole or a notch like these on the other side, just so that when I lay my straight edge down on the fingerboard, I'm actually being able to see, is the fingerboard straight, taking the fret surface out of it. Because if you've wallowed out the frets, especially down in the first position area, it can throw it off. And this is easy to make, and they're a hell of a lot cheaper than some other big name place will sell them to you for. Safety third, respiratory protection, ear protection, although I'm mostly deaf anyways, eye protection. So let's crank it up and get going. And there we go. The very fancy Dremel router table, also known as a very old oak chair that I've been dragging around the world since I got married 25 years ago, and have finally found a really good use for it. So now we get to mount this to the circle cutter and figure out how we're going to position that on the new circle cutter board so that we can get to actually making the rosette, which is what started all of this mess. So check that.